Shalom family trendsetter, all praises be to the Most High. Now I don't normally make videos showing my face, but I think this video, I will be showing my face in this video, alright? Because actually, you know what? Now that you see what I look like, that's it. Alright, so let's continue. So the reason why initially I was going to make the video showing my face is simply because someone asked me, how are you making videos and nobody know what you look like? Now, for those of you who've been with me for a minute, y'all know what I look like. I've came on, I've made videos showing my face. As a matter of fact, in many videos, I've actually showed photos of my face. And I explained to y'all why I don't do this, because I don't want these devils, using facial recognition to track me down, Because sometimes when you bring forth information, people, they have a tendency to try to, silence you. And another reason why I don't show my face, because many of y'all like to judge, and many of y'all got that Christian mentality. You see me, with earrings in my ears and my bottom tooth with gold. Y'all start to judge and say this dude is not righteous. He's not of the Most High. But let me just say this to you, right? Before I was righteous, I was unrighteous. Back in my days, I used to do a lot of dirt, and the Most High have shown me many signs for me to change my ways. And although I may not have changed much of my appearance, the Most High only deal with your heart. And of course, the heart is desperately wicked. That I do know. I hate when people say, well, God know my heart. God know my heart, and he knows it's desperately wicked, but he knows, or he right, knows that I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm following the Lord's statutes and commandments to the best of my ability. I've cut out a lot of things. I've cut out womanizing, or warmongering, what else? Thugging, and just doing a lot of things that the Most High wasn't pleased with in the past. So I think I've came a long way. You know what I'm saying? When I do go out and about, I try to represent the Most High with my fringes, and I wear a beaded necklace around my neck. Identifying who I am, the children of Yasharal. But today I'm actually going out with some family members, and I decided, let me just dress a little different. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I'm gonna try to cater to their ego, but no, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and act like, okay, I don't still have a little bit of carnality in me. I'm going around people. I'm sure many of y'all who say y'all worship the Most High, y'all don't always wear fringes and cover your heads and all that. So I'm not a hypocrite. I'm a straight up 100% dude. I keep it 100 with y'all. And the good thing about it is that I ride and die for the Most High. I will literally. I know a lot of y'all would say this shit in church. Shit, I will give my life for Jesus Christ. I will give my life for Christ. No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. But for me, if I know that the Most High require my life, I will do it. Because what is life? Life to me is this is bondage. This is hell we're living in. So again, I showed myself early in the video, in the first part of the video, because I was going to continue with the video, but I decided not to do so. I'm not going to give the enemy too much intel. You feel what I'm saying? They could get a little clip of what I look like. Facial recognition requires them monitoring you for at least 5 minutes. So if they want to freeze frame and do whatever with that little clip that they got, hey, do what you got to do. But the reason why I'm making this quick video, family, after rambling, of course, is that a lot of y'all in the past, and still doing it today, have been submitting y'all DNA, trying to find out y'all ancestry, where y'all came from. Now, there's nothing wrong with trying to find out where you came from, right? But I guess where you came from, really can't help you now, can it? It's where you're going to go and where you at. So a lot of y'all been submitting y'all DNA. And for me, when I first heard about it, the Most High gave me that discerning spirit that it's a setup. Because what's happening is this, right? They're collecting your DNA. First and foremost, what they're doing, they're putting all your DNA in a database. The only time they really can get your DNA is when you commit a crime, right? They collect your DNA. You go into the interrogation room, and they offer you a drink, and a lot of your goofies will say, okay, yes, give me a soda or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, you take that sip of that soda, you discard the container. What do you think they're doing? They're collecting DNA. That's like, So what a lot of y'all are doing, y'all are voluntarily surrendering your DNA, even as innocent, citizens, law-abiding citizens. Y'all surrender your DNA, and they're literally put in the database. In the event it's time for them to track your ass down, they can find you. Because let's say today you're a good citizen, right? But let's say tomorrow a circumstance occur and you gotta go out there and do what you gotta do to make, to make a living, right? Illegally. And you commit a crime and you leave a DNA behind. All they have to do is just, what do you call it? Collect that DNA. And then what they'll do is they'll put it in a database and they'll have a quick match. For those of you who volunteer to surrender in your DNA, talk about y'all want to know where y'all from. And this is why I think it's a setup. Just think about all the countries on the continent of Africa. Because Africa is not a country. It's a continent with like 52 countries. You have tribes out there, family, that nobody even know about. You have tribes that people know about, but they can't even interact with them. So let's say you happen to be from one of those tribes that rarely are seen. How is it that they're going to be able to match up your DNA with somebody from sub-Africa, whatever, Africa, right? How the fuck they going to match that up with someone from Africa and tell you exactly what tribe you're from, which area, which country you're from in Africa? Just think about it. This shit doesn't make sense to me. So you're telling me these people with the DNA company, the companies that supposedly can track down your ancestry, you're telling me they sending out thousands of people all over the world to swab each and every person on this planet, right? All right, let's just focus on Africa, for example. Now, Africa is one of the big, actually, Africa is the biggest continent on this prison planet. So you're telling me they have the resources to send people out into the field to swab everyone in motherfucking Africa. And I know y'all gonna come with some smart shit and say, well, they don't swab everyone. They just probably swab a certain area and demographic. No, it still doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let's say, they swab you and they say you got a certain percentage of Caucasian in you or Native American in you or whatever the fuck. Okay, I could rock with that. But to pinpoint where your family tree started, right? This shit. And again, remember, we also are scattered, right? We are in the diaspora, right? We are scattered slaves and shit, right? The Most High, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, 68 verse, we were scattered in the four corners of the earth. So you're telling me they're going to be able to track down an individual ancestry and match you up with that person. Did y'all know, like about 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, I made a video where someone actually swabbed a Chihuahua dog and submitted the DNA and came back that the dog was mixed with European and African and all this shit. I made a video about 3-4 years ago on YouTube. I don't know if it was on my older channel that I had or this channel, but I did, right? And y'all could even Google it. I mean, I'm sure it's out there. So you're telling me the technology that they have can literally pinpoint where your ancestry come from? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think it's a bigger agenda. And for the children of Yasharah, right, the children of Israel, the chosen people, the real people, not the you wish you were the chosen people, not those people. I'm talking about the true children of the Most High. They are literally collecting your DNA because they want to see who are of the royal bloodline. I'm talking about the children of Israel. I'm not talking about the so-called queen, right, royal bloodline. I'm talking about the children of Yasharah, because we are royalty. The reason why we are on the bottom because they have purposely put us on the bottom. They've given us hip hop and taken our Torah. And not only have they taken our Torah, they have literally, what's that word I want to use? I can't think of it right now. But anyway, they have twist and turn. They have literally desecrated our Torah. And now, because, one thing you have to realize that Lucifer wanted to be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to be like the Most High. And if the Most High have a chosen people, of course he's going to have a chosen people. You feel what I'm saying? He literally copies everything that the Most High does. And this is why it's so easy for them to destroy us, because they know where to find you. Because see, when you submit your DNA, of course you're going to submit your address, right? For them to mail back the result. So it's easy for them to track your ass, goofies. Stop submitting your DNA, okay? You can't, it doesn't really matter where the fuck you from. You have to worry about where you at and where you heading. You see what I'm saying? Because where you're from didn't help you much, did it? Like how Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, supposed to came to save and shit. He didn't help us. So why everybody going back to this so-called savior that ain't really saving nobody? You have to move forward. You know what I'm saying? If you follow Christianity and all these different religions, it didn't work for you. Now you have to try something different. You know what I'm saying? So stop submitting your DNA because they're collecting your DNA, and they're gonna use that shit against you. You don't know what kind of agenda they have planned. Now they have this software that they can actually make a duplicate of your face. I mean, of course, they've been doing that. A lot of y'all like to take selfies and shit. What you're doing, you're giving them up-to-date profile imagery of yourself, what you look like. Stop doing that too. All right? And I'm just saying it vaguely because I know y'all ain't gonna stop. Y'all gonna still do the shit. But I'm letting y'all know right now, family, that it's a bigger agenda going on. Soon enough, they're gonna be cloning you. They're gonna take your DNA and they're gonna make a carbon copy of you because they already got all the fucking imagery that y'all uploading each day, trying to look cute, trying to get likes and shit. Because y'all, to me, this society that we live in, they have low self-esteem. You have to go on social media, and if you make a post or whatever, you have to get liked. If you don't get liked, you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tell you, man. That's why the Bible says people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and that's for real, for real. So what I'm saying to y'all, family, is that soon enough they're gonna be cloning y'all. They're gonna take y'all out with that jab, right? That bop 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 that many of y'all already taking. They're gonna take you motherfuckers out with it. You goofies out with it, right? And I'm not trying to disrespect y'all, but a lot of y'all are goofy because a lot of y'all say, "Well, I would never take the mark of the beast." But how you know you ain't taking the mark of the beast already? You know what I'm saying? Just by taking the bop 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 bop. You know what I mean? So they're gonna clone you goofies, because they're gonna need slaves, right, for the future. They're gonna clone you using your DNA and all these technology that you guys are using, that y'all are really paying. Y'all paying them to be invasive in your lives. They're gonna use it against y'all. They're gonna clone y'all, and they're gonna destroy y'all, and they're gonna have clones that they can control. They're going to have microchip implants. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. It's a bigger agenda. Like I said, I have to be very careful what I say on here because it sounds crazy, first and foremost. And secondly, the ones that actually know what the hell I'm talking about and know that it's real, they're going, they can target you. You know what I mean? So all this submitting DNA, what they're doing, they're gathering your DNA. They literally have these shits in the lab. They're making a carbon copy of you. Even a lot of times they create these apps where they have these little little cartoon avatar, the cat and all that, and you say something and it repeats you. Now they're telling you can go into your phone with biometrics and shit with your fingerprint. All that. They're literally making a copy of you, family. I know it sounds crazy. Yes, it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, about 5 years ago when we told you that, the whole world was going to be shut down and shit, people wouldn't have believed that. 5 years ago when I came on here in 2018 and I told y'all something major was going to happen in 2019. I'm sure y'all ain't believe me and shit. For those of you who've been moving for my, go back and watch my video. And what happened 2019? The whole world shut down. 2021, guess what? Everybody getting bopped up. You know what I'm saying? So check this out, family. The Most High deal with people that is spiritual. I know it's a cliche. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. No, I am not religious. But I am spiritual. I don't deal with religion. You know what I'm saying? All I do, try my best to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. The 10 commandments. That's it. 613. I can't do all of them. Right? I'm in the land of captivity. I don't really follow the feast days like I should. The Shabbat I do. The lunar Shabbat. Right? The calendar that's in the heavens. Not the Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. It doesn't make sense because how can another day be when when it's still dark outside? It doesn't make sense. The Most High says he's going to create 2 lights. Right? One greater light, one lesser light. The greater light represent the day, and the lesser light represent the night. So how the fuck can the next day begin Friday sundown when it's still dark? It's another day. I mean, boy, I tell you, they're not the people of the Bible. Yes, so y'all follow after the tradition of men. You see what I'm saying? But family, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know, if y'all have any opinion on what I'm saying as far as the DNA is concerned. Maybe y'all can enlighten me. Maybe I can educate me on it. Maybe I'm sure maybe you're going to tell me there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, because a lot of y'all are goofies and shit. A lot of y'all are sheeps, right? Y'all like to call yourself sheeps, following the shepherd. I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep. I'm far from a sheep, because sheeps are really dumb animals. They need a shepherd to lead them, because they will literally walk off a cliff. So if y'all want to call y'all sheep, I know in the Bible said they're sheep and all that. I'm not a motherfucking sheep. I am not. I'm a ram goat. I go against the grain. You feel what I'm saying? So with that, family, peace and blessings. Shalom.